Hi, we're
Hi.
back. We're off the rails. I'm Aisha Prattler with Eric Jenkins, and we are back for I don't know what week this is. We're like grooving now. We like officially have a podcast for real.
Yeah, it's not like we're no longer in like the pilot phase testing. We're off and running. Where
It's
are
kind
you
of
right now?
terrifying. I'm currently in Crested Butte, Colorado, back up for another brief altitude stint for my citizens training. Um, no, not training at all, but it is absolutely gorgeous here right now. It's been like hellish hot in the 100 degrees in on the front range, as they say, Boulder, Denver area. So getting up here and feeling some crispness feels good. Where are you? You're at your house.
Yeah, I'm in beautiful New Hampshire. It's very hot here. I feel like this is the hottest summer in history. It's tropical. It's like 90 degrees every single
Oh
day,
my
humid.
gosh. I didn't know
Um,
it got that hot there.
oh, baby, it gets hot here.
What are you doing? Like, what do you do to escape the heat?
Well, I'm close to a lot of water. Like
Mm.
on like the seacoast, New Hampshire area, so it's like I'm pretty close to the beach. A lot of lakes around. There's a lot of. We're not. I'm not too landlocked.
You're just splashing around,
I'm.
looking cute.
Needless to say, I'm doing a lot of splashing. Yeah,
Did
absolutely. You're
you do
splashing.
anything?
You're at the lake.
I'm gonna be really honest. We had a bit of a run fail this morning, so we didn't actually make it to the lake.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Well, I'm like still, when you're like really angry at your partner, but you're like trying to be cool about it. That
Oh,
is
this is
me right
fun.
now. That's
Oh my
me.
goodness.
Yeah.
So, what did Will do wrong? Where do I be?
He,
Like, where do I begin?
yeah. So here's the thing.
Uh,
Like I don't really have, and maybe our listeners can weigh in on whether I have grounds to be mad. Like I don't feel like I have grounds to be mad, but I'm mad.
yeah,
Like we were gonna go to the lake from 11 to 1, and the lake, I don't know. It's you got to hike up there. It's like a whole thing. It probably would take me like a good 40 minutes to depart the lake and be like home and ready to record with you. And we were going to do some like sort of tandem trail running thing because I'm not as fit as Will. He was going to do some like point to point, like around the mountain trail run that was like really steep and challenging. And I was going to park on the other side and then run out and back from the car. And we were going to meet at the car. Mind you, Crested Butte is still an area where there's like very limited cell phone reception. So where the only our only communication is satellite texting. Will thinks this is going to be like an 8-ish, maybe 8.7 mile trail run. And I drop him off at the point, and he's thinking maybe it'll take him 75, 90 minutes to do this run, and I'll meet him at the other side. So I park at the other side. I am gassed from my trail run yesterday.
you guys are
That
also very high up. How are you? You're like 9,000 feet, right?
Yeah, like right now where I'm sitting is 9,300 feet.
Yeah,
And the
geez.
start of this run for both of us was higher than that. So he's like trying to run like on the backside of the mountain. I go out and back. I like basically fail my run. So already strike one. I'm in a bad mood because my legs are too tired. So I am like having to jog it back to the car. I'm like, this is hell. And I get back to the car. I'm like eating my snack. I'm waiting. And I'm like, it's kind of been a while. I wait for 50 minutes, 50 minutes at the car.
Mm.
We don't get back to the car. Like we don't get in and like into the car until 11, where we're supposed to be at a lake that's a good 45 minutes from where we are. We don't have our swimsuits. We don't have nourishment. Will's, of course, tired because he just ran for 2 hours
Wait, so
for
he was
11
50. He was
miles.
50 minutes late because the run was 11 miles instead of 8.
Yeah. And like
Oh,
really
oh,
hard
yeah.
and really hard. And like, I don't want to be like, I really try to be a cool wife. Like that is like one of my goals in life. Like if you want to do something, I'm like, yeah, great, sounds good. You want to go golfing, cool. You want to go on a boys trip, cool. You want to do literally anything you want to do, sounds great. But
But you keep me waiting
we
for 50 minutes.
and I miss the lake,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed.
So
And
did you yell at
so
him?
I'm mad. I didn't yell. I didn't yell. I just said, I like, first of all, he didn't ask me how my run was. So that was strike three. You're late. I had a bad run, which has nothing to do with him. And he didn't ask me how my run was. I'm mad. And we're missing the lake now. I'm pissed. And I'm now hungry. I'm now tired. I need a nap. And so yeah, I'm trying to get over it. I think I'm over it. I saw him for 1 second. He was taking a nap on the couch before we started recording. And I didn't feel like,
He's got his ear pressed. He's got his ear pressed against the door right now, and he's like,
oh,
"Yep,
he's 100%
she's
listening. He's
yeah, oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, I
she's
thought
mad."
she was pissed at me. But I was like really trying to like, when you're like smiling, but like your eyes aren't smiling, like only your teeth are. So you're like this. Instead of like
Oh,
when
so,
you're smiling, you're happy, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'm just like faking it, like,
so you were
hi.
trying. So you were trying. This is pretty big of you. So you were very mad, but you were pretending like you weren't mad.
We went to the farmer's market. We got
Okay, well you're not that mad.
food. Oh, I was so mad, Eric. I was seriously so mad. Like, I don't know what. Yeah,
You handle it
weigh in.
well
Thank you. Thank you. Do you think
because
I
I would
have a
have.
right to be a little mad?
I would, and I'm not just taking your side here, but this is where I'm like really not very. I'm not very laid back. I'm not very chill. I would be fucking furious. a 50-minute wait, especially when you guys had lake plans.
Yeah.
50 minutes is a long time. I mean, I don't even want to. Again, not very cool. I don't want to wait. At around like 15 minutes, I'd be like, okay, like where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they? I'm starting to get mad. I would be. Was there a part of you that's a little bit worried at maybe where you're
Yes.
like, maybe I need to start this
Yes.
run again and find my husband who might be dead on the trail?
Yes. Yeah, that was like that was what happened first. Like, I really started freaking out because we don't have each other's location when you're on satellite texting. Like, you can't normally, like, I can see his location and I can see like he's at least moving in the right direction. So I drove out as far as I could go, like in the direction I thought he was coming, and I didn't see him. And then I got worried that like maybe I'm at the wrong parking lot. It's not a parking lot, it's like a dirt pull off. Like, maybe I'm at the wrong junction of these trails. Like, then so it was like I was mostly worried. Um and we, had to exchange very few texts. Like, I was just, checking, like, proof of life kind of situation. And then it was like once he got to the car, my fear turned to silent rage.
Yeah, immediate anger.
Yeah.
And did he know? Did he go? Okay, she's mad. Here's what happened. Obviously, I thought it was
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
and you're like,
yeah.
I don't want. I zip it.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
want to
he
hear
was
it.
like very nice and like, I really, like, I did not account for this and that. Like, was looking at the trail book before we left. Like, he did his due diligence to the best of his ability. I was also mad because I knew he didn't have any snacks, so I knew he was going to be like hungry and like I don't know. If you're not prepared, I'm going to be mad also. That was like another strike of like, well, you didn't take any nutrition because you thought weren't going to need it, and then you were just out there for 2 hours turning into a raisin, and now I'm going to have to care for you after this, and I'm mad. But he was like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that you didn't have a good run. I really, underestimated this part and that part, and we're in a beautiful place. It's a beautiful day. Like, let's have a great day. And I'm like,
Yeah. You're like, I
sounds
tried.
great.
I wanted to have a good day. I wanted to be on the lake. I wanted to splash. I wanted
I
to.
wanted to splish splash.
Yeah.
I wanted to hang with the gals. Like, and now,
Were all the gals at the lake waiting for you guys?
I met Emma in town to get food in advance of the lake, and she herself was rushing. And so I saw her briefly for a moment and said, "Look, I can't make it. I can't. It's not gonna work for us. So hopefully I'll see her later." But
When you're waiting at the car, did you at least, and there's no service,
no, I can't
so you
scroll.
can't
No.
you can't scroll.
I can't.
So what did you do for 50 minutes?
I enjoyed the ambiance. I
Uh-huh.
took my roll recovery mat out of the back of my car and I laid on the ground. I pet my dog.
Yeah.
I just sat there and just like enjoyed to the best of my ability. I enjoyed the environment I was in, but to the best of my ability, it wasn't a full enjoyment.
Yeah, no, it's rough. But look,
It's
you're
rough.
doing well. Let's not let that. You seem like you're in a good mood.
I'm
I'm,
over it.
yeah.
I'm 90% over it. I'm 90% over it.
I'm
So yeah,
right now. I'm texting Will right now. You can't see me.
like
I'm just like, you fucked
you
up, and
better
now
you
she's
better
pissed at
go
me. She's
get
taking
her
out
a
on me.
treat.
It seems. Yeah.
Yeah, you better go get her a treat because she's having a day.
She's grumpy.
It is funny, like when you have coworkers that are also your friends, like when you can see them go over the edge, like at a track meet, like when I can see you go over the edge of like, oh no, he's actually pretty grumpy, like, or when I am like clearly needing a coffee or a snack, like you know.
Do you think I get? Do you think I get really grumpy?
Mm-hmm. Not
Really
grumpy, but like I can see
tired.
when you've had enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I think I think it looks a little similar on both of us. Of like we just get a little quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. A little quiet, and then it's like, okay, well, I can't be too quiet because we got to do a show in 30 seconds. So I need to shut down for a bit, and then
Yeah, I gotta shut her down. I gotta shut her down. I gotta close my eyes for 20 minutes and then I can be back.
yeah. Well, I got enough lake this weekend for the both of us, actually.
Did you get sunburned? You look good.
No, I was diligent with my sunscreen and my sun protection. But I was at this lake. It's a really popular big lake in New Hampshire called Lake Winnipesaukee. We were boating around, and then I'd never been to this spot on the lake, and there's like this floating bar. It's like a bar on a barge, and you can just and everyone ties up, and you can like wade and like swim over there. And me and my boy, we swim over there, and as we are swimming over there, some guy is getting escorted off the barge, basically chucked into the water for taking inappropriate pictures of women at the bar. Yeah,
How old is he?
he was older. Classic. Guys being perverts, a tale as old as time.
It's old as time.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
First of all, what a genius idea.
Yeah, it was
What
a
a
lot of fun.
genius idea. Like you're out on the lake. You're thinking about, what sounds good. A couple crispy boys were out of let's go to the barge bar. So now how do you do you get on like a little floaty and go over there or like you just swim?
They do have a shuttle. But it's like, it's pretty shallow, so it's like 3 or 4 feet. You can
Okay.
wade. But like we had to swim back to our boat, which was you couldn't walk the whole way.
Okay.
But yeah, like let's say you are overserved at the floating barge. It could be a rough walk back to that boat. Also, like so many characters there. There was this one guy, and I don't know. There's something about when you see a guy with pierced nipples.
Yeah. It's gonna be a character.
It's a wild move. And this guy was an older guy, big dude, heavy set, belly like you read about, and it made no sense. And he had just had pierced nipples with like green, like they were neon green, like barbells through his nips, and I was like, I was like, dude,
What is happening?
you're not pulling these off. I don't think any guy pulls off pierced nips, and I will die on that hill. It's not a good look. But this guy for sure was like, dude, you have got to take those off. They just kicked some guy out for taking pics of a girl. You're next for those piercings. So
you're next for those atrocities. I will agree with you. Pierced nips on a fella is not. It's not, first of all, something you see very often, but not something I'd necessarily have on my list of like, oh yeah, what a smoke show. Like pierced nips is where it's at. Now, can you, if you get kicked off, did they literally like make him walk the plank? Like, did he have to, like, what a walk of shame to have to get kicked off of a boat?
Yeah, it was pretty like low key. Because there's a lot of stuff going around outside. It's not like the bar is this big center of attention. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing on their boats around them, but he was just pretty much politely asked to leave, and he did, just just waiting. He's like, all right, yep, fair play. I shouldn't have done that, and he just waited out.
I guess I'll go back to my boat now.
Yeah, he's like
texting his friends, like, damn it, I got kicked off again. Like,
more pics. I just couldn't stop. I couldn't help myself.
Also, like, what a crazy move! What a crazy move! What are you doing with those pics? Like, I guess I don't want to know what you're doing with them. But
yeah, you can use. I'm like, you're smart. You can use your imagination. He's like, yeah, what was I doing with these?
Goes back to what you said last week. Like, there's other sources for this guy. Like, you don't need to be taking weird pics of women that are not consenting.
Aisha, we are lucky in that does not get us off. Everybody is a freak in their own way, and this guy's freak kink just happens to be illegal. And you have to thank God that your thing isn't illegal.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
So yeah, overall good weekend.
Great. I mean, it sounds awesome. I need.
Oh, it's a blast.
I need to come out there.
You should. It's really fun.
Whose boat were you on?
My friend Samantha's.
Samantha's got the hookup.
Samantha's got the hookup. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah, come out. We'll go to the bar barge. We'll get tossed out. We'll drown on the swim back. And it'll be a lot of fun.
I'm a pretty bad swimmer.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so So okay, well, when we go to the bar, you'll be in a life jacket.
Like, who's your special friend? Oh, don't worry about her. Don't worry about her.
Don't worry about her. She cannot swim at all, and she's drinking pretty.
I can't swim, just pretty much just to save my life. Like, it's not very cute. My friends who have seen me swim think I'm joking, and they quickly realize I'm not joking.
Oh, I've got to see you swim now.
It's have you seen those like the memes or the videos of Michael Phelps teaching the Ravens to swim?
No, I haven't.
It's so cute. He's like, I think it's the Baltimore Ravens who's like teaching them to swim.
Yeah, because he's a Baltimore guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to get in those classes.
I saw the classes, and I sent it to one of my girlfriends, and I was like, look, I need to be in this class. Like, this is what I need. Like, I really need some guidance. I need adult swim lessons is what I'm saying.
You should, I mean, you're doing everything else.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list of things for me to do. You're doing
so many different activities. You might as well take adult swim classes. Do you ever feel, so like if you were on a boat, would you kind of get nervous? A little bit nervous?
No. I can swim and I can stay afloat and I can do it, but it's like an electrocuted doggy paddle type situation. And when I try to do like a traditional stroke, it just doesn't work.
doesn't work. You're like, let me
It
stick to the
doesn't
doggy
work.
paddle.
Yeah. Doggy paddle,
Okay.
or like, doggy paddle with some,
Breaststroke.
this is called breaststroke. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever this is. And then
Yeah.
doggy is this,
For the
this
listeners,
is what
yes,
I got.
for the listeners, she was trying to do a breaststroke, and even her doing it about just in a room, I'm like, uh oh. I'm like, she's making the breaststroke look like a butterfly over here. Jeez,
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
it's tough. We've all got our strengths and our weaknesses. You don't have a lot of weaknesses, but I guess one is swimming.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
What a compliment.
you know I love you.
Thanks.
We had some big. We didn't have some
We
big. We had one big track meet.
we had one big track meet and a
We
bit
had
of drama.
Yeah. Oh yes, there was. Yes, there was some drama.
Yeah.
The drama with Fred Kerley.
Fred Kerley, the drama with Marvin Bracy. Got
Okay.
drama.
Okay.
So
I'm not.
let's break them
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Which one? Tell me about
Well,
the Marvin Bracy, because I'm actually not familiar with the Marvin Bracy drama.
yeah. Okay. So here's what's crazy. Normally, so Marvin Bracy, we're finding out that he is currently suspended for PEDs, essentially.
Really?
And yes, and his ban was not made public. And I'm really curious about this because I assume, and like, this is just me like trying to figure it out. I assume that like maybe he provided information to the authorities and they somehow made a deal. But he's been banned he's like about to finish his 2-year ban, and it was never made public, and people are so mad. And so here's what happened.
Marvin Bracy's been banned for 2 years. I didn't even realize that.
Right? Yeah, it's
Wow.
funny because like this just goes to like what we talk about all the time of like track being like a what have you done for me lately situation.
Yeah.
Because someone can like drop off for 2 years and you're like, like you kind of forget, like, because someone else is like a new shiny toy that you're like excited about and you don't, like, yeah, you just forget. Oh, haven't thought of that guy in, I guess, 2 years.
Wow.
But so there were all of these Twitter threads, and there's a guy on Twitter, we were talking about Track Spice last week. There's a guy on Twitter, his Twitter handle is Rae's Take. He sort
Oh
of
yeah, I've
was
heard
like,
of Rae's.
yeah, I love following Rae's Take. I feel like there's sometimes his name is Rae Edward, and there's sometimes it's like, you kind of with a grain of salt, but then sometimes you like get the scoop on something that you're like, whoa, what the heck? I did not know that happened.
Is Rae a sprinter?
I think he is like a physio and coach, but
Okay.
was a professional sprinter.
Okay.
So
Okay. So he was in the circuit.
yes. So the story goes, and this is all like based on my digging, this is all like alleged. So take this with a grain of salt. Don't come after me. I'm just reporting what I saw on the internet.
Don't shoot
Who
don't kill the
knows?
messenger. Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you know what I read on the internet. So I guess Marvin Bracy is coached by Dennis Mitchell, who
Of course.
is, sprint coach du jour, coach of Sha'Carri, one of his notable athletes amongst many, many others. So he like goes to practice and is like, coach, I can't practice. Like, I got the shot. And Dennis Mitchell's like, takes out, he's always wearing headphones. I imagine it goes a little something like this. He, like, takes off his headphone, like he's like one of those guys that always has like a Bluetooth piece in. It's like, you got what?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's what I imagine happens. And Marvin Bracy's like, no, I can't practice today because like I got the shot, meaning like he got some PED that he like couldn't do the workout or whatever was prescribed for training that day. And then the story goes, this is like all like, you know, internet lore. The story goes that then Dennis Mitchell like calls AIU or WADA or USADA or whatever and like reports Marvin to say like, yeah, my athlete came to practice and said that he just tested or that he just like took a PED. So like he ends up like narking
Wait.
on.
So Marvin Bracy tells Dennis Mitchell he's on the shit.
I'm on the
I can't
sauce.
go to practice today. And Dennis Mitchell should have said, well, actually, the sauce is supposed to help you with practice, but like anyway, we won't bring that up. And then Dennis Mitchell told USADA on
Yeah.
Marvin Bracy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What a
Which is really,
bizarre scenario. And this
isn't
is
that
all,
crazy?
and who is saying, and this is what Ray's
Yeah,
takes is
this is like
saying.
coming from Ray's takes. And like he takes it a step further and says like, you know, allegedly this like the person like Ray's take also has a ban because he gave the doctors information to Marvin Bracy. So they're both serving a ban. And Ray's takes step Ray I just call him Ray's takes. I like
Yeah,
if you have like a fun Twitter handle, that's what I'm gonna call you
for
by. Or
sure.
if you have a
Yeah,
fun
it's
Instagram
natural.
handle,
Yeah.
like I don't know what your name is. You're Ray's take. No, I'm kidding. Is Rae Edwards says, well, interesting because like this is the doctor that is like Dennis Mitchell like also knows and is in contact with this guy. So like it's a very complicated web of like Marvin goes to practice, hey, or reminding Marvin, hey, Ray's take, you got the number of the guy. Ray's take gives the number to Marvin. Marvin gets the shot, whatever the shot is. I want to know what the shot is. Goes to Dennis Mitchell. Hey, sorry, coach, can't practice today. Got the shot.
Yeah, I
Thinking
want the
like,
shot.
oh yeah, all handy dandy, like no biggie. I'll just practice tomorrow. I got the shot. Dennis Mitchell. Authorities, he got the shot, no good. And then Ray's take coming over the top, being like, well, he got the shot from like your contact too. So like, what is actually the web? But yeah, so much drama, so much shade being thrown on the internet. A lot of he said, she said. But what is true is that Marvin and Ray are serving bans and that they weren't made public.
And because Dennis Mitchell is kind of has a reputation as being, he's coached a lot of athletes who've ended up getting popped, right? Has Dennis Mitchell ever been banned?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dennis Mitchell, the Dennis Mitchell story is
It's confused. It's quite the tale.
it's quite the tale. And so Dennis Mitchell served a ban for testosterone. And this is like very easily found on Wikipedia, but Dennis Mitchell in 1998 served a ban for 2 years because of high levels of testosterone. The authorities didn't accept his defense that he had like a number of beers and had sex with his wife more than four, or at least, or more than four times. Like that
Oh,
was
that's
his
that guy.
defense. That's
Yes.
that guy. Yeah. Yeah. Which is just like honestly so awesome. And I like want it to be true because that's hysterical. But
They're like nothing you've said would rate. They're like that would your testosterone would be at its lowest after that.
yeah.
So that was 98, and
So that was 98.
he's like the premier. So he coaches Sha'Carri. Does he coach Melissa
He
Jefferson-Wooden?
coasted. He coasted. He
He
coached.
he coached.
I'm the
Yeah,
altitude is really
yeah. He
hurting my
coasted.
head. He
He
he coached
coasted.
he coached Gatlin. He
Yeah,
coaches Kenny.
coaches
Uh
Kenny.
yeah. He coaches TT Terry. Um I don't know. Like he is like arguably one of the best sprint coaches in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, like it is just like so crazy to be embroiled in this scandal. But then also, like, a really important piece of this is like, he did go to the authorities. Like, you have to, like, that's something that like kind of has to be commended in all of this, of like, well, one of your athletes told you that, like, he did the right thing. Like, one of your athletes told you that he took a PED. You did the right thing. You went to the authorities. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. So it is like,
That's true. That
it
is the
is
right. I mean, that is
interesting.
what
It
you
is
should do.
interesting. And so, like, whatever, like, if whether or not anything beyond, like, any of the rumors or the viral tweets are true, like, he acted in the correct way. Like, if you see something, say something, and he
Yeah,
did say
absolutely.
something. Like, he did the right thing. So whatever that, whatever the other layers to this are, like, the really important piece here is like, yeah, he did the right thing, which is
Talk about like
just
Marvin Bracy really did not read the room right on that. He's
no.
like, he'll like this.
Yeah.
This is safe. He's like,
Yeah.
I can be
Also,
honest with
like,
this guy.
right. But it's like so interesting to me. Like, I guess, yeah. Like, didn't read the room. Didn't read the room right. Like, so I think as distance runners, there's this like whole assumption that, oh, you assume most distance runners are clean, and like there's like always been some sort of undertone that like, oh, sprinters cheat. And it's just not, like, you can't say, like, this is evidence that like you can't really say that. Like, that's not, like, this is a piece of a data point to say like this is not, like, that's not the culture. Like, if you just like assume like, oh yeah, everybody's doing this, it's like, no, Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, do you think that like historically sprinters, like you would consider sprinters dirtier than distance athletes?
well, I'm not, I don't, because I have seen, like, I am close with a number of sprinters. I've been at Team Jamaica training camp. I know how much, like, discipline and hard work is going into, and like science, like really technical coaching
Yeah.
is going into their efforts. Like, I believe the results that I see because I've seen the work behind it. Whether that's naive of me, I'm not sure, but I don't necessarily have that, like, I don't feel that way. But if you look at the stats of like the men's 100 meters, like the top 10 fastest 100-meter times
Yeah.
ever, only two people haven't served some kind of ban in the top
Yeah.
10 fastest 100 times. So I think, just by way of data, that's a little challenging. Does that mean that the top 10 1,500 times are clean? We don't know, but
As
they're,
of now, it's
as
cleaner.
of now, it's cleaner.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Has this, so like this, the Marvin Bracy, Dennis Mitchell stuff, has it been picked up by, like the running journalists at this point, or is it all just Twitter stuff?
It's been picked up. Um, let's see. Yes, it's been picked up. I
And
just
so,
like Googled it to
yeah,
see what's going on. Um, yeah, yeah, it's
very
like
weird.
definitely been picked up. Yeah.
Marvin Bracy's, but so he's serving 2 years, which
Hmm.
means he's doing, so he's snitching some people out, whoever it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
which is, I think, I do struggle with shadow bans. I know they happen.
like this, like
This
what
is
Marvin
like
Bracy's
this,
is
like what
doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there shouldn't be shadow bans.
There shouldn't be shadow
I
bans.
don't struggle with that one at all. There shouldn't be them.
Yeah. I appreciate the like deal making for intelligence. Certainly. But I also feel like, and maybe this is not maybe this isn't true. Maybe other countries are getting shadow bans, but I feel like the US is like who gets shadow bans. Like everybody, and maybe it's like they're the only athletes that are cooperating and they're the only athletes willing to take the deal, but like we get the list of like all the Kenyan athletes that have tested positive. We get the list of everyone in the world seemingly that's tested positive other than the Germans, because they have like like privacy law that prohibits banned athletes from Germany to be posted. It's just like a national law. But everybody else, like we hear about for the most part, like you don't really hear shadow bans coming from like other jurisdictions. So that's something that is like a little irritating to me. But I do like I want a cleaner sport. So if you're getting really good information, I would like to hear it. I would like to hear it. But have been like so many like historic weird situations, like weird doping cases that like we've never heard about. Like the one that always pops in my mind is Jama Aiden, who was a big coach of like very, very prominent Ethiopian middle distance runners, who like was found with a ton of EPO and a ton of needles in his hotel room in a training camp in Spain. And like we didn't really ever hear the conclusion of that. And like that's so crazy to me. Like what happened? Like did anybody
yeah, was he banned? Then that was the guy who blew the lid off that was Jimmy Gressier, right?
Was it really?
I'm pretty I think it was, because isn't Jama was your boy McLuffy's coach, right?
Yeah. Did he coach McLuffy?
I thought he did. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I thought there was some. I thought he might have.
Yeah.
But I think that
David,
was
David Torrance was like part of the whistleblowing. May he rest in peace.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe Gressier wasn't involved in that one, but I do think Gressier said he saw needles and drugs in someone's bag and reported it. Which those things are. It's like whatever does whatever to make the sport cleaner is good. The shadow banning stuff, does that only happen if they are involved in giving information, or is it like what constitutes the shadow ban?
I have no idea. I
mean, you should absolutely be more clear on what why they're not releasing it.
I would like to know.
Yeah, you would think that it's like, hey, we're not going to release it because it's part of an ongoing investigation. It compromises them in some way, or like let's say like that instance with the Australian 800 guy. Was it Peter Bowl? And it's like an A sample, right? He tested positive on an A sample.
Yeah.
They retest the B sample, and that's clean. They release the positive A sample stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you would think that it's just kind of bizarre on how what they're choosing to release and not release.
So interestingly, USADA hasn't officially confirmed it. Like they've been quiet. Yeah, it is really interesting to me what are the behind the scenes workings with all of this. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I understand that this is all, this is a business, and there's a lot of money in the sport, and we want to have a good sporting reputation, but who does this serve? Like, who does shadow bans? Like who wins in a shadow ban situation? No one. Like this, I guess the person who just gets to get off scot-free and like not have the court of public opinion against you. But the athletes don't win in a shadow ban case, like unless it comes out that it's like, oh, we this entire system of doping was like like a Balco situation, like
Yeah.
that. But what I would like to know, like I would like it to be posted, like if there is like here are the 3 reasons for a shadow ban. 1,
Yeah.
ongoing investigation. Yeah. 2, uh, a minor. The athlete's a minor. 3,
Okay. Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know. Like they were they're undercover.
Yeah. But at least
They're yeah.
like whatever the parameters are, at least have them be clear and upfront, so people aren't necessarily like just guess. Yeah, it is bizarre. Um, and your take is that the U.S. is doing the most shadow bans and no other country is.
I guess that's my
I
hot
like
take
it.
because
I like it.
I've never not seeing shadow bans anywhere else.
Well, I wonder if USADA is. It's like, are we the biggest? Are we coating the pockets of WADA? I would. Who's the biggest? Who's WADA's biggest benefactors? Let's get to the root source of what's going on here.
Are we investigative
We're getting really
journalists?
conspiratorial right now. I love it.
Are we investigative journalists? Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. You're like one Google search, and you're like, oh no,
I'm willing to
the
give
Google
up. I'm willing to give
AI
up.
didn't tell me right
It
away, so
didn't.
I'm
It
just
didn't tell me. It didn't tell me. No, I
because
don't know.
our other piece of drama for this week's episode is more sprinting USADA stuff with Fred Kerley getting banned.
Yeah.
The so I mean, this is Fred's like having a tough time.
Fred's going through it.
Staying on the path and kind of making things click. I mean, he's just can't
He's
really
having a
get
tough
out of
time.
he's having a tough time. He can't get out of his own way. Really tough to see, especially for someone as like talented as him. He's like one of the biggest stars in the sport. I really like the whereabouts stuff. It's three whereabouts misses or 3 missed tests in a single year. Now, when I was racing, the USADA system is so outdated in terms of whereabouts and everything. Like, they absolutely should have a thing where like every single app on my phone is tracking me 100% of the time, except for USADA. USADA, like, it would be so much easier and better for you would not get this issue if you could have an athlete just turn on their location for for USADA, and you would know where they are. You wouldn't have this situation happening. I'm sure some athletes would be like, yeah, maybe it's an invasion of privacy, and then you'd say, okay, well, then you can go the old school route and do the whereabouts stuff. But it is, I mean, it is kind of archaic in a sense. Like, you have, and for people who don't know, you have to fill out let's say I spent the night at the lake house. I would have to put in the address. I have to put in what time I get there, what time I'm planning on leaving. And then let's say I went out for like a 2-hour dinner, and I didn't log that dinner. They show up at the lake house, and I, missed their call, because this is how they do it. They show up, they ring the bell, knock on the door, and then they give you a couple calls. They wait 1 hour, and then they hit the road. And
There's also, if you're ranked in the top whatever in the world, I think it's like I'm not sure what the ranking is, but you also have to provide an hour.
yes, you have to
So you have to provide an hour where you are guaranteed to be where you're supposed to be. And in that hour, so the people that come to test your blood and urine, the acronym is DCO, Doping Control Officer. So the DCO comes to your house, and the normal protocol is what Eric just said. Like if it's any time like outside of like your concentrated hour, yeah, they can ring the bell, they can call you, they can make like several different types of attempts to find you, and you are supposed to field their phone call, drop what you're doing, and go to where they are. Like that's just the general. I don't know if that my garage. I'm pausing here. Might need to edit this out. My garage door is opening. Can you hear that?
I can hear it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Is Will either hitting the road or is he coming back?
I think he's hitting the road to go
Yeah.
get me a treat.
He's like, oh, she wants a sweet treat. This will be
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
I'll get back in her good books.
Yes. Okay. So now we're back. So if it is outside of your hour, they make a bunch of attempts. You drop what you're doing, you go to them, you do your test, whatever. Everybody goes on their merry way. Now, if it is within your guaranteed hour, you're ranked in the top, well, I don't know, 30 in the world or whatever it is, you have to give them an hour guaranteed where you are going to be where you said you are. And they do not need to make any attempts to call you. They knock on your door profusely for an hour. Like they ring the doorbell, they knock, and it's like they have to knock every X amount of minutes for the entire hour. But they're like not supposed to really call you. Like you're supposed to be where the heck you said you were supposed to be. And like that's always like a really serious thing. And I've all like what I like wasn't probably like good enough my first like 2 years to be in the hour system. And I don't think I was good enough my last year, but I was like still in the hour system. Um, and that's like your job. It's your one job. Like you have it's a privilege to be a pro athlete, and you have to follow a specific set of rules to play the game. And you're just supposed to be where your hour is. And you are right, Eric. Like there should be an easier way to do this. What's also interesting is that American athletes are the only athletes that use their own system. Every other country in the world uses the WADA system. So we have an app called Atoms, and the app was redeveloped, I don't know, 5 years ago, and now it's a lot better. You can use like turn on like my exact location, so you can like drop the address of the pin, and like it just makes the process simpler. Like it's a little bit more modern. But every other country in the world uses Atoms, but USADA is special, and they do have their own system. I don't know how they're allowed to do it, but they have their own
weird.
system. And the USADA system is archaic. There's like a bunch of fail safes of like you have a custodian for your country that like if for whatever reason the app is down or something's messed up, you can email this person like whatever anti-doping at jedco.com, and you can tell them your stuff and whatever. Like so there are a lot of backup plans of like if you can't figure this out, like there are other ways to do it. But we talk about this all the time as athletes of like this would be so much better if we could turn on a device. And we were talking about this with the Fred Kerley stuff of like the whereabouts failures of like, yeah, you're a huge star in the sport, everybody's rooting for you, we know you're going through a rough time, like let's make this easier. And we were talking about, okay, if you're like how would it make sense if you're top 30 in the world that like you're given a device, and that device like a phone or whatever, and that is like your work phone, and the location service is always turned on, and you're always supposed to have this phone on you. I mean, if you're like going out for training or something, like you'd have to figure that out. Like if you're going out on a 2-hour run or something, you'd have to figure that out. Like either bring it with you or it's like with your coach or something and you can be found. The other like really crazy idea that we've tossed around so many times is, could they just I just wouldn't want them to put a chip in my body of like, just here's my chip. And we've seen this in the Kingsman. The chip could explode and kill us all, but just put a chip in my arm.
You want them to microchip you.
I want them to chip me, and then I would never have to do this. Because to be fair, like it's a pain in the ass. Like it is completely annoying. say you just start dating somebody and you're hooking up with them and you're at their house. Sorry, actually, can you give me your exact address? Um, Unit number, like really slows things down if you're really trying to fill out the whereabouts. Like it's an inhibitor. And you're all so many times you'd be like laying in bed. Oh gosh, like is my like what do I have my hour set as? Like I would always set my hour from 6 to 7 a.m. because I knew that I would be like in bed. Like I would usually never leave my house before 7. But like, I don't know, like you're just constantly, if you're using the system the way that it should be, you are constantly in a little bit of low grade fear about your whereabouts. You travel all the time. You're going to meets, plans change, whatever. Like you're just keeping the whereabouts updated. It is something that I really don't miss having to do as an athlete, but I never complained about it when I was an athlete because again, it is such a privilege to like be in that elite sphere that, yeah, I'll pee on demand. You can take my blood on demand. Like I believe in a clean sport, and yes, this is annoying, but it's what we have to do.
Yeah, it was. I used to think that it's like, okay, you missed 3 tests, like you are like hiding something. I don't necessarily think that. I do think it's easier to miss a test than people think. And then, but like you said, let's say you miss 2 tests. It is now your, like it's your, you miss 1 test. It's it's your job to be like diligent on keeping up with the whereabouts. I'm just saying, I'm assuming that you're not doping and like you're actually just accidentally missing tests because like you say, you travel a lot. If you don't update them, if you're not incredibly on top of it with updating it, and the update, like the app when I was racing absolutely sucked. It wasn't like a clean thing. It really like sucked.
It didn't used to crash all the
genuinely
time.
sucked. Was one of the worst apps like developed. It crashed all the time. You'd like plug it in, it wouldn't log it. You'd like plug it in again, it wouldn't log it. Now you're like frustrated and pissed off, and you're like, fuck that. Like, I guess I'll just roll the dice on this. I'm gonna be gone for 16 hours. I'm like so fed up with this app. I know people who'd never even used the app, and they would just email the janitor and say, here's where I'll be. Like, I'm not using this app anymore. The app's so bad, I'm not going to put this in. Here's where I'll be. And you just email them every time. I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that. That sounds so much easier. The janitor must have been like, janitor's like, don't do this. Try and use the app.
That actually did happen. One of my girlfriends like always did the email, and then the custodian, aka janitor, did email and say like, hey, I appreciate that you're always keeping us abreast, but like, can you please use the app? Like this is intended as like a backup plan. Like this is not like plan A. Like use the app.
You're like, no, I would love, trust me, I would love to use the app, but the app sucks ass and I'm not going to use the app. Were you someone that could pee on command? You know what? Here's actually what I did not like about USADA is that they would come into the house, right? And then a lot of the times, so every officer is different, right? Some people actually were fucking assholes and acted like they would get annoyed with me if I couldn't like piss. I'm like, I just rolled out of bed. You woke me up. It's 6:30 in the morning. Or like, it's like a lot of times because they're like, they often want that first piss of the day because if you know anything about doping and things like that, that's often where it's like the most your drugs are stored up in that first piss of the day. So they want to get that. Now, let's say they get you at 8:00 a.m., right? And you woke up and you went to the bathroom like everybody does. And then now you're like, okay, you got to wait around for a bit. And there would be times where USADA people would be like, you think you got a shot? You think you could give it another shot for me now? And I'm like, You think I want you here? You think I'm sitting here in silence on my phone, enjoying your company? Look, I want you out of the fucking door as fast as humanly possible. I can't piss. I am chugging. And here's the thing. You can't just chug. You can't immediately just start chugging water once they show up, because if it's too diluted, now you got to piss again.
You got to piss again. And that's the worst. That's the worst because you need now electrolytes. You got to eat something like you know, when you're just like basically peeing water, like you gotta start this whole process again.
It can be, and that's happened to, if you've been around for a while, it happens to everybody. Especially,
have you ever given a partial?
Yes, of course. And it's like, here I am, like about to shit my pants because I'm trying to piss so hard.
Because you need a certain amount of fluid.
Yes,
and sometimes you like don't have enough pee in your body, so you give what you have, and that it's not enough.
Yeah, because I've been getting pressured by these USADA people to piss faster, and I'm like, I'll try, but I know I don't have a lot here, and they're just standing there watching, basically holding my dick, because they have to make sure it's not a fake penis, I think. One guy's got his hand on my penis, making sure it's not a fake dick. I'm trying to piss. I'm red in the face because I don't need to piss. And then he's got the audacity to be like, "Hey, like I got places to be, man. Like let's try and let's get this show on the road." And you're like, "Oh my God, man." So
what would make me upset is I'm a very hard sleeper, and every place we've lived, if I'm by myself, I'm gonna hear it. If Will is sleeping with me, I am not gonna hear it. He is gonna have to wake me up. He's gonna be in a mood about it, which is fair. Like, why is he waking up at 6:02 to like wake me up so that I can get drug tested? It's like always this whole ordeal of like, all right, now I'm up. Okay, now I'm groggy. They are always too awake. They're too chatty. They are talking way too loud. I'm speaking in a whisper, and they're not picking up the cue that you should whisper back. Like, my husband is already mad at me because he had to wake up, answer the door. He's in his undies. He's, opening the door. He's got his robe on or whatever to then like get me up. Like, I'm a hibernating bear. Like, all right, like, come on, get out there. All he wants to do is go back to sleep. I don't do well in situations where I like have to be mean. And I couldn't, like, I would be getting texts like, "Can you tell them to please shut the fuck up?" And I would say, like, no, tell me more about what your dogs did this week. Tell me more at a very loud volume about everything that's going on in your life, because you get to know these people quite well. You see them often at 6:00 in the morning, but I just wish they could use a whisper. That's all that's my only feedback is, how about a whisper at 6 a.m.? How about a whisper?
Yeah, no, there's one, like, whenever I was in New Hampshire, there's always one guy who would test me. No problems with him. And then there'd be a lot of times where, yes, it is my job, but I am, and it's like, oh yeah, you should be, this is just part of the sport. I get it. But I'm still, and for some reason, upset when they come. I'm still annoyed. I can't help it. I'm like, it's annoying to me. I get it. It's what I have to do, and I do it. But I'm still, for some reason, grumpy about it because they can be kind of annoying.
My fear, which never happened, but I've heard it happening to other folks. My fear always was that I was going to sit down to pee and have to do a number two. Did that ever happen to you?
That never happened to me. I do
Oh,
know
thank
people
God.
that it did happen to. I mean, I don't want to like brag and say I've got like pretty solid pelvic floor control, but like I don't necessarily. I've if I can usually, even if I needed to shit, I could still just piss if I needed to. Under pressure with USADA there, with the guy's hand on my penis, I could get it
You can
done.
clench.
I could clench. Oh my god, yeah. Um, but I have heard that happening to other people. There have been so many like awkward. I mean, there's nothing worse. The worst times getting tested were after a race where it is you're I mean, you're genuinely dehydrated and
Genuinely dehydrated. Yeah.
genuinely dehydrated. It's going to be a while, right? It's going to be a while. And then, and it's like, it's all usually a lot of times these races are late, right? So it's,
Late.
you get done with a race
It's
it's at
11
night.
p.m.
It's like 11 PM. And now I still got to do like it's like, how fast can I piss after a race? A lot of times not fast. And then there's, it's a whole process,
I mean,
blood and
especially for
urine. And
you guys, like running a 10K, 5K, 10K, like there is not a drop of moisture left in your body.
oh no, yeah, I remember, after I think it was the 5K at the Olympic trials in 2016. I had to get tested and I finished fourth. I was like,
Oh my
God,
God.
yeah. And so it's me and USADA guy in a porter potty. I can't piss. And we're both just standing there silent because I can't piss. There's not even like the sound of anything.
Just your shame from
Just
being
my shit.
fourth.
The USADA officer breaks up the small talk with like, man, I think you could have ran that last 400 tactically a lot better.
The only thing that could possibly make these situations better is beekeeper coffee because you're
Nice.
dehydrated, you're exhausted, you're in a bad mood. Just crack open a little beekeeper latte or black coffee. The caffeine will make you have to pee. It's not going to be too diluted because you're not, there's Tracktown honey in these things. There's milk, there's everything you need to go ahead and accelerate the situation of drug testing. It's a perfect antidote.
It's the perfect antidote. It's get it wherever get it CITIUS 20 code CITIUS 25 for 25% off at Amazon at beekeepercoffee.com. Hopefully, I'm sure soon they'll be in the USADA drug testing area shortly. People are the athletes are like, why the fuck would I want a cold brew coffee at midnight?
Because
Like,
imagine you were third and you're going to go out on the town and celebrate.
okay, true. That actually would be good. I'm like that could have worked, but yeah, the drug testing area in a lot of and actually I remember I think it was either 2018. I think it was 2018 USA's. Could have been 20. I think it was 2018. All the computer systems were down for testing, so the line, it was like this unbelievable process of paperwork and um and all the USADA people were like obviously not prepared for a computer failure, and and it was
You're like on those pink forms, like writing your driver's license number or something.
everyone was just standing in line with a stack of paper and cups of their own piss, waiting waiting to deliver it to a USADA person. Yeah.
That was always something that was wild to me too, was you're just like handling your own pee more than anyone ever should. Like you're so what you have to do is like you pee in a cup and then you have to sit down and like open these glass bottles that have these like serial numbers and you have to like put a lid on your pee. This lid does not feel very airtight. mind you. And you have to like pour your own pee into these glass bottles very carefully, like some pee in here, some pee in here for like the A and B sample. It's hot, obviously, because it came out of your body. It's like dripping on you, it's dripping on the table. Everyone's like, oh, it's sterile to you. Like, don't worry about it. No, it's disgusting. I don't want to be handling my own pee. I'm not a medical professional. This is not for me. And then you got to like, twist the bottles, and you're just holding pee more than you ever should, unless
You're also not a big water drinker. Your pee probably looked like iced tea.
Yeah, too dilute was never my problem.
Yeah.
People would be like, tapping me on the shoulder, like, "Ma'am, do you have a medical condition? Like,
Yeah,
what's
like
going on?"
I think your kidneys are failing, or like maybe get a fucking glass of water in you. I'm begging you. Jeez. Well, we had, that was a lot of USADA talk. Let's dive into the big race yesterday.
Yeah, great.
What stood out? Which race do you want to talk about first?
I mean, we got to talk about the women's 8. It wasn't even a Diamond League official event. It was just like an event that
how was that
added.
Not a Diamond League an official event?
Keely's team just like helped them add an 800. It was like not part of the program. And early in the year, the Diamond League officially announces like what events are going to be at what meet. And it's like all the athletes plan their seasons around this. So it's like a very official, for points, for standing, whatever. But Keely is ready to race, and her coaches are like, all right, let's see if we can, cut a deal with Silesia, get an event added. So they got the 800 added. It wasn't supposed to be in the meet at all. They get it added. And everyone has been, us included, has been on bated breath. Like, what is up with Keely? Clearly she's been hurt. What are we going to see? This is the first race. It's not, she's racing in Luzon next week, but this is like, I'm expecting some sort of rust buster. Like, she just wants to get out there and see how things go. No, she runs 154.74, which is a meet record, world lead, and a 10th off of her PB. She hasn't raced in a year since Paris Olympics. Wild. And she pulls the rest of the field, like the top 10 are all like incredible times, like either personal bests, national records, season's best. It was incredible. Raven Rogers ran 157.52 for fourth. There was an Australian record, like an Oceania record run for fifth, and 157.67. Like, it was just like this crazy race. And I feel like we've been seeing at the Diamond League level, like Tsegay Duguma's run 156. Like, we've seen some like pretty good races, but a lot of Diamond Leagues have been won in like 157, 158, like not like the really crazy super fast times that we're seeing on the men's side. And then Keely like rocks up fresh off of not racing for a year and runs 154. It's bananas. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, she looked fantastic. I mean, there was never really any part of that race where she didn't look really smooth, really in control. I mean, first off, where does that rank her? Where does that sit all time?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I feel like that has to be like top 5 all time.
Because I mean, is she? I mean, a little bit more drug talk, but like the person who has the women's 800 world record, I mean, everybody, it's like, okay, it was like Russia 1983, doping. She looks like she'd play middle linebacker, absolute tank. It's one of those records where it's like, that's a dirty record.
Yeah,
And that's 153.
153.2 in Munich in 1983. The second fastest is 153.4 in 1980 in Moscow. And then you jump to Pamela Gelimo, 154.01 in 2008 in Zurich, and then Caster Semenya, 154.25, 2018 in Paris.
And then, so what's Keely's personal best is 154, what? 154
60.
6.
Yeah.
So it's like,
hold on.
I mean, is that
I gotta
150? Is that 154?
Keely's number 6 all time. Keely's
Number
number 6 all
6.
time.
Okay.
At 154.61. It goes Caster, then Anna Fedelia Curot. I butchered that. A Cuban from 1989, and then Keely
Okay.
in London. She ran that in 2024. And then a couple more from the 80s, 70s, 80s, and then a thing Mo is 154.97 in 2023.
Yeah, but man, Keely looked so good. I mean, I don't see how
So good. So that would have been number
is
7 all
gonna.
time. Her yesterday was number 7 all
Yesterday's
time.
number 7 all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, crazy. Yeah, like not at all a rust buster type of race.
No,
Um,
no rust to be found.
no rust to be found. Clearly clearly healthy if she's planning on racing in Lausanne. Is she just going to race another 8? She doesn't really stray from the 8. She's
No, it doesn't really stray from the 8.
She's
Sometimes she'll run a 400, but she's
Yeah.
not moving up. She's not going up. So I was just like doing a little digging. She had a grade 3 hamstring tear, which is wild. And her club M11, they ended up hiring a physio for their team, and Keely's now getting checked like before and after every session to like make sure the hammy is okay. She tore it right. I think it was like the days leading up to, she hosted an indoor meet in the UK, the Keely Classic, this indoor season, and was targeting the world indoor record, but in practice just like pulled up with a hammy. So
yeah, she didn't race the Keely Classic.
no.
It'd be such a wild move to tear your hamstring in your own race. You tear your hammy in the Keely Classic.
Yeah, the Keely Classic never exists ever again. The Keely Classic is dead.
It's cursed because the athletes that came in first off, great run by Raven. That's close to her personal best, right? Like 157. Who came in second and third?
So interestingly, I don't really know Lillian Odira from
I didn't recognize
Kenya.
the names.
And Artile Noe from Botswana, she's been having a good season. But yeah, kind of like up and comers that aren't, the household names of the 800.
Well, I mean, that's the type of run where if you're Keely, it's like if you just stay healthy, I don't see how anybody's going to be able to stop that at Worlds, barring some sort of injury or somebody else comes in insanely fit. I don't see. I mean, where does she go from here? Is she shooting for trying to get to the one in like world record shape? Sound like her coach was talking a lot, like said she did a workout before the race that was like an indicator that she could be like targeting something like the world record. And it's
Wild.
like if she opened up with a race like this, then you
Can't
hear
put
that.
it past her.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, maybe she is. So I'm excited to see what she does in Lausanne. I would imagine it's like what does Lausanne and then shuts it down until Worlds.
Yeah, so this is what's
clearly
so
she's
interesting.
not that. She doesn't need that much practice.
Right. No. We were talking about this yesterday watching the meet, that the Diamond League final is such an opportunity for people to get a bye, or get a wild card into World. So if you win the Diamond League final, you get to go to World Championships like 2 weeks later. And we were thinking about this after USA's of like, all right, Yara needs to go win the Diamond League final. Like, this is going to be really hard. But then you start thinking about it. Like, if you're a favorite to win a World Championships, you're probably not going to race the Diamond League final 2 weeks before World Championships. You're probably just going to be training and sharpening up and resting up and whatever. Like, you're probably not going to race 2 weeks before in some of these event groups. I can't see Keely running the Diamond League final. Like, if I were her, I probably wouldn't. If I'm Faith, and Faith isn't. Like, I'm pretty sure she said yesterday that she's not running the Diamond League final. Like, if you are one of these really heavy favorite athletes, like, you probably wouldn't. Like, you'd probably maybe race one more race Luzon, do whatever, and then shut it down. So I think in the absence of super heavy hitters, there are, like, those wild card spots are more attainable than I had really thought, and potentially really exciting.
Yeah, I guess that is didn't actually think about that. That's a really good point. If it was like 2 weeks is kind of right on that cutoff point where if it's 3 weeks, then, everybody probably would do it. If it's, 2 weeks is kind of just enough. It's just close enough where you're like, let's just get over to Tokyo. It's a long travel. Let's just get there and settle in and not, worry about tapering for, a Diamond League final. How often has it been where the Diamond League final is before the World Championships?
This is the first.
It's
the
kind of
first
fun.
setup. I love it. I was thinking, like, how cool would it be if Worlds was the last meet of the calendar?
It always should be. It makes no sense to like run the Olympics and then still run a Diamond League final.
Right.
It's like, okay, this is the biggest race of the year. This should be the last race of the year.
And they did this in 2019. The Doha World Championship was really late. It was in October, basically, end of September, early October. So they had the Diamond League final before that then, but the whole talk was like, whoa, this is so late. Like, it was a bit odd to have the season run that long when it usually ends in like early mid-September. But this is, I think, the model for the professional season moving forward is like, yeah, you don't do the Super Bowl and then
exactly
finish out the regular season. Like, that's not how it works. So I love this new setup. Another event I wanted to talk about is our girl is back in the 15. Did you watch the women's 15?
I did see it.
Did you see
our girl, I saw her. It's actually like she's run 350, going out in 159. She was out through the 8 in 159.
That's
absolutely
so
insane.
Fast. It's 342. Like, if you hold the pace, like that's you're gonna run sub 4 for the mile. Like, that's and the 1500 equivalent is 342. Like, you're doing it. And then how she manages to hold on to run 350 is wild. I mean, again, it's like you don't have to really race that way if you don't want to. Like, there are other ways to run 350, but she's doing it in the hardest possible way, showing so much pain from.
But what's what is face world record? Is it 349? Is it 349? 348? Because it's like Gudaf could actually do that, not going out at suicide pace. It's like if you held back a bit and didn't go out in sub 4 mile pace.
Right. Yeah. Like, all she needs is a second and a half. It's 348.68.
It's 348.6. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like that absolutely is in her wheelhouse. And I'm sure she knows that. I'm sure, like, based off training and obviously based off this, she's like, I am in world record shape. But
right.
But why? And the Pacers went out. It was clear that she asked for too flat for the pace through 800.
The way they ran it was really crazy. So the Pacer goes through 462.2. So then you basically have to
they
run
went 62, 50,
57.
7?
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
And then like 63.2.
That's genuinely one of the worst ways to run a mile. To go out slow, run your hardest lap second.
Hurt yourself, and then
hardest lap is second.
Yeah.
And then you just die for the rest of it.
Yeah.
She really didn't die nearly as much as you would think for going out in under 2. She looked Like that is, and if you're Faith Kipyegon's there watching it, she's like, God damn, girl.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that is competition. Like
World record under watch.
Faith has looked. I'm just thinking about for Tokyo, like with Worlds, and like Faith has looked so good and like pretty unstoppable. I mean, her 3K yesterday, absolutely insane.
Bananas.
And so it's like, oh man, you can't really see anybody beating Faith, but like Gudaf's running 350 with a 57 point second lap, going out in 159 point for 800. You're like, Faith Kipyegon's definitely watching that. Like, all right, if she smartens up a bit in the tactics, like she's definitely gonna be, like, you can't just write her off and say Faye's gonna just walk away with this easily if Gudaf's running times like that. And it kind of reminded me, like, because the men's 15 was slow, and everybody expected Yared to be like taking it. I watched like an interview with Cam Myers, and he was like, yeah, everyone was just sitting waiting for Yared to push the pace, and he didn't do that at all. And I'm sure all the women in the women's 15 are just going to sit on Gudaf and be like, well, she's just going to pull us through, and we'll just sit and wait for her to die, hopefully.
So here's the wrench. When Ethiopia announced their team, Gudaf is running the 5K and the 10K.
Oh my God. Literally everything I said, they're like, no, she's not even running the 15. Interesting move. Why would they? I mean, what do you think? Beatrice Chibet's easier competition? I wonder what the move is. I don't know. I think you would see a performance like this and be like, if you're Ethiopia, you're like, oh fuck.
Maybe we made a mistake.
Maybe we really fucked up on this one.
Yeah, Ethiopia's having Deriba Wilteji and Berke Hailam and Saran Berhe. That's the 1500 team.
Interesting.
Not Gudaf. But yeah, like this race was so indicative that she can break the world record. Like she is in that sort of fitness with better pacing, better tactics. And I was curious, we're talking about like, why would you race the 15 in the Diamond League all season and then move up to the 5 and 10 for Worlds? But that's her plan.
Who is running the Ethiopia Federation? Honest to God, it's like they're just spitballing. They're like anything, just shot in the dark.
Gudaf is the
she is reigning
world champion in the 10K.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, she's been racing the 15 all year. She's in world record shape in the 15. Maybe she's going to go out and prove that she could be in like world record shape in the 5K.
Yeah. I mean, she ran didn't she run like a crazy 5K at Pre?
Was she just behind Beatrice Chibet?
Yeah. And Beatrice Chibet runs the 1500 in Silesia.
Yeah, and she looked great. I
mean, she looked so great.
She was second.
She was second.
Right?
Yeah, she was second. So her previous personal best to yesterday was 4:06, and she ran 3:54.7.
Yeah, so she took what 12 seconds off that. I mean,
yeah, and then Georgia Hunter Bell was third in 3:56.
It's like the Georgia Hunter Bell, Nikki, Heather McLean was a bit back, but still, it does seem to be like slight gaps. Like you've got like Faith, you've got an athlete like Gudaf, and then it's like the rest are. I mean, I know it was like Jess Hull last year, but the rest, it's kind of up for grabs, and everybody's so close.
Everybody's so close. Jess paced yesterday. Paced the 3K world record attempt from Faith. So we don't really know where Jess is exactly, but it is like there seems to be sort of like a heat map of like 350, 352
Yeah.
ish. And then you've got your like 355 types, and then it's like 356 and above. But we're not sure what Georgia Bell's going to race at Worlds. Nikki's making their way. I think that was their third fastest time all time. And then you've got
Yeah.
like all the Ethiopians and Australians that are running really well as well.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like, how often are you going to see? I'm just thinking about Jess Hull pacing Faith Kipyegon, and it's like to Jess Hull got a silver medal behind her last year at the Olympics, and is now pacing her in the at a world record attempt. It seems like that the 1500 like world group for stuff, they race each other all the time, and they really seem like they're very it's because you wouldn't really see that on a guy's side. You wouldn't see you're not going to see like Josh Kerr pace Cole Hawker to a world record. You're not going to
Hell
see
no.
anything like that. And so it's like it's kind of cool that they do that. I'm sure there's a part of me where like you catch me on a certain day and I'm like, man, like they should be that's kind of weird. They should be more competitive or blah blah blah. I'm sure there's sometimes I would have thought that. I right now as we're doing this pod, I'm like, I think it's really cool. And I think there's it is a interesting camaraderie and like fun dynamic between all those athletes. You would never see that.
You would never see it. You would never see it, especially like different countries, not the same training group. Like one thing that's really cool that's happening in the Bahamas is that Kenneth Rooks is pacing Daniel Michalski to try to run the standard for the steeple. Like that's another like, whoa, that is incredibly kind. You are, you know, Olympic
I think
medalist.
Mahalski's a rep boy though, right? I think
Yeah, like
Mahalski's
they have an affiliation, right?
yeah,
Like,
they train together,
but
I believe.
still, like
Yeah.
even that is like very cool. Like that you don't see that happen ever, to fly to the Bahamas where it's hot as hell and you're trying to give your boy a chance and you're an Olympic medalist, and like that means something to you to like get this guy to squeak on the team. Like that to me seems like so above and beyond. And then you have people that don't run for the same country, are direct competitors, two of the highest, the ranked best of all time women who have no, like their first language isn't even the same. That selflessness to me is really special, and I think really indicative of these are smart women. They're looking around and thinking like, hey, we are in the greatest time ever for this event group. Like, let's see what we can do and what we can do together. And I have so much respect for that, because you just wouldn't see it. You're helping your competition. But I think people recognize, and Faith is so wonderful as a human being. And I think people recognize how special this time is and want to be part of history. And you don't see this ever. You never see it. It's really, really special.
Yeah, it is really cool. How far off the record was Faith?
A second.
She was 80. Yeah, it's the record's 806. She was 807.
Yeah, like less than a second, 806.11 to 807.04.
Wow, she was right there.
Right there.
And that's another record where it's like
That's a
that's a
turtle
dirty
soup
record. Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy
from
that we like still
I'm surprised that record still stands.
I
mean, I'm kind
know.
of surprised that they haven't wiped that record. It's
Yeah.
from what, the 1993 China
Mhm.
team.
Can you, like, in my mind, I have all of these things, like the circumstance, but I can't remember. Did they tear the track down immediately after this meet? Is that what happened?
I can't. I'm not entirely sure either. Wait? So the team China tore the track down. That
Yeah,
sounds
like
like less doping and more of just short track.
yeah, short track. Yeah, in
Yeah,
my memory, there's like that, and then something about turtle soup, of like there was some
yeah,
contamination or something, and it was like said to be turtle soup.
yeah. Weren't they saying just like I don't know if they were like looking at blood tests or something. But they were saying they were getting. Were they saying they were getting their power from turtle soup?
I think so.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like, "Yep."
We told you we were on something good.
They were. That's no. That's the kind of soup they were eating. They were eating the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're eating Donatello and like Michelangelo for lunch, and then going out and running 806 in the
806 for
3K.
3K.
Um, so yeah, Faith. That'd be great if Faith got that one. The what the I'm trying to think. Oh, I mean the men we had
Yeah, the men's 15
we
was
had the
awesome.
men's 15 um yard big set like he's just got to getting back on the track after a really like disappointing USA's gets the win. I didn't even think about what you were talking about where the big competitors probably won't be doing that Diamond League final. So what that Diamond League finals in what like a little less than in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I doubt that Kerr and Cole and all these other guys are going to be doing it. Um, so he
Because
does
it
have a
only
shot. It'd be wild to see Yared actually make his way back to the Tokyo start line after. It's pretty cool. I kind of like this setup.
Yeah, I do too. Especially, so it used to be that the reigning Diamond League champion gets a bye to Worlds and it's next year. So you would see a lot of people run the Diamond League final because that's so valuable. You never know what's going to happen. You could get injured next year. There could be so many
Yeah,
circumstances where you would want that bye for the next year, but it really does benefit like who's the best of today, that's who goes to Worlds. So yeah, we'll see the 27th and the 28th of August in Zurich. And I believe the men's 15 is on the 28th. So we'll see in the coming weeks like who you to get into the Diamond League final. You have to qualify based on having raced the Diamond League during the regular season, and you get points for first through eighth place. You earn points, and then who it's like a descending order list of who has the most points is who gets admitted to the Diamond League final. And then you can choose to deny your spot. Like there's no punishment if you choose to not do the Diamond League final. But yeah, we'll see like who rocks up in on August 28th. That it's going to be a huge day. But you spoke about this earlier about everybody, assuming that Yard's going to take it and this is, done deal and this is how the race is going to go. And instead we saw a really like fun, messy, tactical race where he comes out on top. And I think, and I hope that it's just, another card that he can pull in these races, that there are other ways that he can win. And I think it was really good to see from defeat to being willing to take a chance on another tactic and it paying off in a big way.
yeah. No, it was kind of funny because his teammate and training partner Ollie Hoare did go on the rabbit. Like he was the only one of that entire field to get out, get on the pace, and try and hang with it. So it is kind of surprising that I am just a little bit surprised that first off Yara didn't go with him, but like nobody else went with him. I thought that was really interesting. Especially it's such a stat, and you kind of never see like a 333 Diamond League anymore. I mean, it's
No,
like
no,
you don't
never,
see races
never.
that slow.
No, you don't. You don't. I think I'm curious if everybody coming off of their national championships was part of the reason that they didn't feel like going out and running 328. they'd just gone through, a difficult, physically, mentally, emotionally draining weekend 2 weekends ago. Maybe that was part of,
Yeah,
like, let's sit and
once you
kick.
don't go, once you let that gap form, you don't go with them.
You're not bridging it.
You're not going to bridge it. You're not, it's too fast to let all that space go and then bridge the gap. It's now you just have to hope that, it's like the Peloton in bike racing.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're going to work together and bridge the gap on the leaders and reel them back in. Cause once you see it clump up, nobody's on the pace, that, the times are out the window, and they're just, hoping that Ollie Hoare ends up coming back to him. But interesting race. Hobbs Kessler was, I think, it was like a sit and kick race, right? Like Hobbs Kessler was probably like sixth and separated by, less than half a second or something from yard, or I don't know.
And Josh Hoey was fifth. Josh Hoey was fifth. He was ahead of Cam Myers, who was sixth. Hobbs was seventh. Ollie was eighth. This was a pretty stacked. It was a pretty stacked race.
It's stacked, yeah.
Yeah, surprised to see Tim Chariot kicking really well in this
really,
sort of race.
the two Kenyans, him and was it Ronald Chariot?
Yeah.
They closed unbelievable. I think they both were like 12-0 and 12-1 in that last 100.
So fast.
Left it a little late. Did too much work to catch yard, but they looked good. Timothy Chariot, man, just won't. He won't
quit.
He won't quit. How old does the internet say Chariot is?
He's 30.
He's only 30?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, this guy's been around. When did he win his first World Championships? Like 12? Fucking A. He's 30 years old. I would have bet my life, gun to my head. I'm like, he's 37. I'm like, he's 30. He's a baby. He's going to be around for another goddamn decade.
No, great. That's like, I doubt it. I don't know. He is having a resurgence, though.
No, of course he's not going to be around another decade. But yeah, he is looking really good. He's looking better than he's looked. I mean, to see that close, and it wasn't like a very fast race, so it's not like you can like say, "Oh my god, that's unbelievable," but it still looks really good. I didn't know he's 30. Jesus. Yeah. Never mind. He should look a lot better. He's only 30.
He's a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Sandbagging.
Yeah, geez. Let's see.
There was the men's 100. Oh, go.
Men's 100.
What were you going to say?
Well,
was that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the men's 100.
Yeah. So we finally had our rematch. It was so funny. There were some like little clips from the press conference where Mondo was trying to ask Noah. Was he trying to ask Noah or Kenny about the shove? Did you see that?
Mondo?
Yeah.
I did not see Mondo.
The pot.
Really? Mondo's asking that at the press conference?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He's like, no comment.
That's really funny.
Isn't that funny? He's like totally stirring the pot.
Yeah. It is funny. Yeah. I mean, it is. It's because this thing it's so talked about because it never happens.
It never happens.
And it's like, yes, if this happened more, we wouldn't talk about it as much.
We wouldn't talk about it.
But it never happened.
I'm like trying to find the quote, but he said something. Oh, here it is. He asks Noah. So he's in the press conference and he's got the mic and he says, "Can I ask Noah a question?" And then he says, "I want to ask Noah about the stare down and that push because that shit was kind of a crazy game or something like that." Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't talk like a kid. That shit was crazy game. I don't know. That seems like something the kids would say these days that I don't really.
I'm like, Aisha, can you try and make this more natural?
I can't. I need a Gen Z to explain what that means. But yeah, so he calls out Noah and Noah's like, "I don't want to talk about it." So we get to see the rematch. Just shut the fuck up, dude. So we get to see the rematch of Noah versus Kenny, but it's Kishane Thompson who takes the win. Jamaican.
Kishane Thompson he hasn't lost this year, right? He looks really good.
He looks really good.
They're not. No one's running that fast. I mean, Kishane's running the fastest. 987. Kishane's got the best time in the world this year with like 980 low, right?
Mhm.
Has anyone run 9.7? No.
I don't know.
I mean, it's Kishane. Kishane's the fastest this year. It's amazing because I'm just thinking like Noah always.
Sorry.
I'm watching. Yeah, well, I'm like, what's going on over there?
I'm laughing because I am over here always on these, like, on when we were recording podcasts, and you're just hitting me with so many questions, and I sometimes know the answers to them, but I'm over here typing furiously like a mad woman, trying to come up to answer your queries at all times. You're also sitting in front of a computer. You could look something up one time ever instead of over here like, what are the top 10 fastest times in the year this year?
I'm like, but the thing is, I'm just kind of saying it. I'm not even really expecting an answer out of you.
Okay.
Like you can just kind of like you could say literally whatever to me, and I'll be like, yeah, sure. Like I don't give a shit. That's why I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm not like Aisha, I'm waiting on the 10 fastest times. No, I'm already on to my next question. I've already asked 6 more questions by the time you've been looking up that one thing I asked 15 minutes ago.
Right now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I have 19 tabs open from our conversation where I'm trying to answer your questions.
I'm like, have you answered any?
Yes. Yeah, I have.
You have. No, you're great. But don't feel the need to keep on my frenetic pace of question it. Like you can just let some go. You can say I don't know. Because I say I do have a computer and I'm not going to look it up.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously look up the 10. Obviously look up the 10 fastest times.
All right.
No, but I was gonna say like Noah always looks like in the middle of the 100. You're like he's nowhere to be found, and somehow he always storms like his last like 20 meters of every 100 is so he takes so long to get going.
So long.
It's like, I mean, you think about like a guy like Bolt, and Bolt would take forever to like get into top flight. But I mean, the dude was like 6'6", and it just took forever for him to get up to top speed. Like Noah's like the same, but it's even later. Like he leaves everything incredibly late.
So late. You just don't think he's gonna get there.
You're like, he's not even gonna come close to getting there, and then he always almost gets there. Did it go 1, 2, 3? Here I am. Questions. I'm like, don't answer this. I'll just say it did. Kishane, Noah, Kenny. I'm like, look it up. Yeah, no, you don't need to look it up. I believe that's the order.
Yeah, so it's Kishane, Noah, Kenny. And then Christian Coleman, Trayvon Bromell, Courtney Lindsay, Akane Subine, Akeem Blake, and a Polish guy, Oliver Wadowick.
But no one's real. It's like, I mean, Kishane looks by far the best of the 100 guys this year, and doesn't really look like, because you would say, oh, it's Kishane, and then like Noah Lyles is the one who's gonna like give him the run for it. But Noah just, I don't know if he's got his work cut out for him for the next couple weeks. He might have just left it too late, but we'll see. It's
yeah. I mean, it's tough to say because Noah has been working through injury and said, like, came out at the US trials and was like, if you can't beat me now, you're not going to be able to beat me later. Like there is going to be momentum behind Noah. And Noah's the reigning gold medalist. He and Kishane ran the same time in Paris, but Noah had edged him. So it is incredibly tough. Like you can't count Noah out right now.
No, God, no, you would never count him
especially, out. Like as he's rising into form. But at this current moment today, Kishane looks very, very, very good.
Yeah. I was going to ask you another question, but
go ahead.
I was going to say, when was the last Jamaican 100-meter was Bolt the last Jamaican 100-meter gold medalist?
I believe so. Yeah.
2016.
17.
I think 17. Did 17 he come in second? Or didn't he lose his didn't he come in? I'm pretty sure he lost his last race. But
I'm looking it up. I should know this off the top of my head. I just got like, it was like Bolt ended his career and then the women took over. So it's like,
true. Yeah. Well,
it's like Shelly and Fraser Price came. So like, we didn't really, it's like, we have other world champions. So they're just female.
Yeah. Yeah. The Jamaican females have been handling business.
Yes. It's Bolt.
It's Bolt. It's Bolt.
In 15.
Women, 2015.
And then Rio Olympics.
Of course.
Yeah.
The women's 100, I mean, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden looking absolutely unstoppable right now. They're running fast.
Unstoppable. They're running very fast. 10.6 is fast.
10.6 is fast. That's what she ran yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah.
She looks really good. What's Julian here I go. What's Julian Alfred run?
What's Julian Alfred up to? I feel like she hasn't raced that much this year.
No, I don't think she has raced as much. She has raced though. But I don't think she's run. She's not on quite the momentum tear that someone like Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is. Sha'Carri back there in, I think, like 6th or 7th. She's had a lot going on too, but
Julian Alfred's run 10.75 this year, so she's fine.
Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll be just fine. Yeah,
she'll be fine. The Clayton sisters, the twins, are looking really good. The Jamaicans, and coming in 2nd and 4th. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. This right now, I don't know how you bet against Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. She's looking awesome.
I mean, it seems like it's her or Julian Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
Like your Jamaican girls, they're not running. You obviously can't count them out.
No,
but they're not running that fast. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're very young. So it's, I think they're still developing.
Yeah.
One other meet that I wanted to talk about really briefly, because we brought him up on earlier podcast episodes, is NACAC. And Drew Hunter won the gold medal at NACAC in the 5K. And Cooper,
big race for him,
was 2nd. Yeah,
won it over race. Cooper. Sit and kick race, right?
Sit and kick. Yep.
Where was it? Where was NACAC?
It's in the Bahamas.
It's in the Bahamas. And is that where the steeplechase is the steeplechase race being paced at NACAC?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be hot as hell. So
I was gonna say that's not where I want to do it.
No. So here's what's crazy is, up until last weekend, the men's steeple field was going to be like half, like the goal is always like half athletes in on world ranking, half of the athletes in on time, and a really fast steeple was run last weekend. So basically everybody except one person in the men's steeple has the time. So there's no way for Michalski to get enough world ranking points to like unseat the one guy that's in on ranking. So he essentially now has to run the time. The only way he's getting into world champs is if he runs the standard. So the original plan was to go down and get a ton of points and, try to win and run fast at NACAC. But now it's like, the only way is to run the time. So that's what they're going to be chasing.
That's rough. I would imagine it's unbelievably hot, unbelievably humid,
unbelievably windy.
It's really
There's also like a tropical storm happening. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's perfect conditions. Well, Emily Mackay and Danny Jones went 1-2 in the women's 15. That
U.S. is
great
putting
to
on.
see. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the men's 800. Do you see that? It was like insanely fast. Guy
Yes.
ran
It was awesome.
142.
Yeah. Yeah.
Second
Um,
NCAA all time.
second in NCAA all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really crazy. Super fast. I'm looking for the final results, but I can't find them. Yeah, no, it was a really, really fast men's 8, which you love to see. And Tyrese Taylor from Jamaica gets the standard, big PB.
Oh, huge.
So that's huge. Love to see more Jamaican middle distance runners running at a world class level. It's exciting
Does
stuff.
he? So you just got to get this for him. Like he has to get the standard, and then and then he can go to Worlds in the 800.
Yeah, they ran trials already. Remember they like raced their trials much earlier.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think, and I don't want to misspeak, but I believe he won the trials.
I bet with a time like that.
Yeah,
Like who's beating him?
Well, Navasky Anderson, who was 4th, and he has, I believe, a Pan Am medal. He's been racing really well. He trains with Marco. So yeah, there's like 2 very good Jamaican 800 meter runners
exciting.
right now. Yeah,
that's really exciting.
Yeah, so great stuff. We're gonna have to keep you updated on the men's steeple drama. I'm like, again.
So the race must be going off like the race must go off very soon, like today. I mean, how long? NACAC isn't some week-long event.
Yeah, I think it's today. I believe it's today. Yeah.
So they probably went down there thinking, okay, we're just gonna like get points for Mahalski. If this is a big points thing, we'll get points, then I'll get in. And then they're like, oh, actually, no, the points isn't a thing. They're like, how the fuck am I gonna run fast in these conditions?
Yeah. It's at 6:15 tonight on Sunday when we're recording, so we don't know the results yet.
Yeah, they're like warming up. Mahalski's like warming up for the race right now. Tropical hurricane going on. He's looking at Rooks, and Rooks is like, buddy, I think we are gonna have a tough time tonight. It is hot as hell and windy.
Yeah,
but
take a deep breath, brother.
But Rooks did this for Corrigan last year. They set that race up to get the standard for. So I mean, there's probably no better pacer than Rooks in that situation, but it's never fun to like be in the position where you need to chase times.
It's not. That's not where you want to be.
It's like you always want to go into USA's with the standard so you can avoid situations like this.
Right. But the standards are getting so fast.
For sure, yeah.
And on purpose, because they really, World Athletics really wants to push this world ranking system. So they want people to compete in their high level meets that are incentivized with the points. They want this whole points thing to be a thing. So like the times are just, getting faster and faster and faster and faster to like encourage more head-to-head competition. But what I'm just seeing is that people are just running faster. Like they're rising to the level of whatever, for the most part, whatever time gets like put out there, most people are running it.
Yeah, everyone's like, we still don't want to run your races, so we'll just hit the standards and run faster.
We'll just go to BU. Yeah.
We still don't. They're like, look, we see what you're doing and we don't like it, so we'll just run the times. I think that was probably it, right?
Yeah. We've got all we have left on the Diamond League is Luzon and Brussels before we get to the Diamond League final in Zurich. So we'll break that kind of stuff down next week and, live for whatever drama is going to happen from now until then. Like surely we can't stop now.
No, I'm sure there will be plenty to discuss next Sunday as well.
Excellent.
So it's Lausanne's next Saturday. So it's just up until Worlds, it's Lausanne, Brussels the week after. Diamond League final the week after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do want to hit you with a couple of voicemails before we sign off.
Let's do it.
Okay. The group text was really popping off this week, so I gotta really scroll back here. Okay.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. I wanted to tell you that I was listening to your podcast early this morning at the gym, and I was doing chest press with some dumbbells, or some pretty heavy for me dumbbells, and I needed to be fully focused. But when Eric started talking about his booby-trapped cross-country course, I could not lift. I almost dropped them on myself, and I could not complete my set. So you should have a warning that this is dangerous. But coincidentally, I live in a town that's pretty close to where Eric went to high school, and I'd watched my children race on his high school cross-country course many times. And my daughter will be there racing again in about a month, and I'm just never going to look at that course the same again. Thanks for the laugh.
What if?
That's really funny. First off, there is a warning, which I originally saw the warning and I was like, I don't like that. I think I'm like, take the warning. It's like kind of cheesy, but I guess it's for legal purposes. So there is a warning.
Also, I've thought about you booby trapping your high school cross country course several times since you told me that story. That is diabolical behavior. It's
I was a real
funny.
piece of shit in high school. Think about the coach. Think about my coach. My coach is like, "Oh, where's Eric? Like our best guy." And it's like, "Oh, he's literally out in the woods putting up fucking barricades in the course and ruining it for everybody else." You're like, great, of course he is. Of course he's doing that shit. And then I'm like, all right, job done. I'm gonna hit the road.
That's it for me.
All right, I'm pretty exhausted from dragging these logs onto the course.
I think I'll call it a day.
I think I'll call it a day. Yeah, that's a really good workout for me. All right, have fun with the race.
All right, here's another one.
Hey, Eric and Aisha. This is Jimbo 200 meters here. Just wanted to give you guys a call because, Eric, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with you. Last week, I feel like you kind of took a shot at my girl, Sophie. And I just wanted to say that as a Christian, I totally think she is within her rights to speak out against the married men paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to OnlyFans models. I'd understand you're right if she was something like an Ashley Madison representative, but she's an OnlyFans model whose target audience is hellbound incels like myself. So I just think it was a little bit out of line for you to tell her to shut up and dribble them titties. But anyways, I am looking forward to hearing your response on this topic. Thanks, and I'm a big fan.
Okay, first off, shut up and dribble them titties is so good. That's such good work right there. God, I wish that's really good stuff. So to get shut up and drill them titties is so good. So good. He's got a problem with me calling out Sophie. I mean, first off, what do you say his name is? Jimbo 200 meters. So Jimbo 200. First of all,
you're speechless.
I'll say whatever the fuck I want. But no, it was right to call out Sophie Rain, saying, I don't support these guys' behavior when they're giving her money for OnlyFans for naked content. Look, if she really didn't support the behavior, I'm assuming she didn't give that $40,000-$50,000 back to the family. Right? Sophie Rain said, I don't support this behavior and I stand with his wife, now ex-wife at the time. And this isn't appropriate. It's like, okay, Sophie, how about you cough up, pay it back. Let's see how much you stand with her. Hit the direct deposit on that. Wire that money over, girl. But no, she's just titty dribbling with her husband. So, I stand behind what I said. If Sophie Rain didn't have married men looking for pics and sweet and some fun stuff, she'd be broke.
She wouldn't have made $80.1 million since 2023. I just looked it up.
That's her Yeah, how insane is that? How horny are guys?
That's so much money. That's
you cannot underestimate how horny guys are when Sophie Rain is making $80 million. That's first off, you can't knock that. $80 million is insane.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. You're like, Aisha, I don't want to give you career advice, but you absolutely fucking blew it by running track.
Your upstanding corporate job has got to go, girlfriend.
I know you're doing like incredibly well, and everybody's super proud of you, but Jesus, you fucked up. Shut up and Joel, them titties so good. I'm so jealous I didn't think of that.
You can use it, I'm sure. I'm sure he'll give you license to use that.
We should do Shut Up and Dribble Them Titties merch.
Oh my God.
We'll give Jimbo 200 credit.
Also, incredible play on an athlete's.
Yeah, that was really
Twitter
good.
Handle. Yeah. All right. Here's one more.
One more.
We have one more. Let's close this out.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. Been huge fans of you guys for a long time. I had to call in because I was just listening to your podcast, and I heard you guys talking about the awkwardness of NXN dinners. And I was actually at Aisha's table in 2015. I sat right next to Aisha, like right to your left. I clearly remember it. And I do remember it being a little awkward, but I remember you were cool enough to keep following your career throughout the years and now listen to your podcast a decade later. Love you guys.
Oh my God.
Bro, Aisha.
Oh my God.
That's been so awkward. She's listening to that story. Yeah, you did. You told me. She was listening to that story and she's like, yeah, no, it really was brutal at that table.
She's like, I started following your career because I genuinely felt bad for you that you had to endure that.
She said it's amazing that like you've stuck at it, like that you kept going and following your dream. Like that dinner was so awkward that you were just gonna call it. Like it's crazy she kept going.
I should have never shown my face.
Yeah, no,
anywhere ever again.
I can't believe. She's like, I would have assumed you'd take a hard pivot to OnlyFans after that dinner. That was so awkward.
That's so cute. That's like the
That's
cutest
really cute.
I
wonder
ever.
if she was she do you think she was an athlete or was she a coach?
Yeah, it must have. I'm sure she was an athlete.
Well, the coaches were at the table. I
don't remember there being coaches at my table. Because I feel like that
really?
would have been like something that would have helped me out.
True,
like
actually, I think you're right. Because the coaches would step in when things got really awkward between these kids.
100%. They would have started like asking you questions or something.
Yes.
Like they would have definitely come to our rescue.
they're middle-manning the awkwardness. I would do I'm sure you did the same thing. Like you would like get these like speaking gigs and you would go and go to meet with a high school team and do like a dinner, and you'd go and it's just similar to the NXN where it's like the kids are just really shy and they are nervous and don't really want to talk, and then you just kind of shoot the shit with the coach for the entire time.
I've never done that.
You've never done that?
I've done like speaking things, but it's at like a practice or a Zoom or something. Like I've never gone to a meal with high school teams. Like that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That you're doing OnlyFans for running.
Yeah, I guess I'd say there's a lot of differences, but I'm like, Aisha, careful, you're going to get me in hot water. They're just like, I'm just doing OnlyFans for high school boys, Aisha's saying. But Hold on one second. Oh my God, Aisha's computer exploded. Probably from me asking her so many questions, and all of her tabs are like, look, you're asking every single question in the known universe. Just to be clear, obviously I wasn't doing OnlyFans stuff for the high school team, but there'd be some of the those. I do not miss that at all. I wonder how much time I give Aisha before we just call it. I can give her 3 minutes. I wonder, it's kind of a crazy move. I'm assuming a computer died. I wonder if she's just ignoring all first off, not having your charger plugged in. It's like, come on, girl. And then you're getting it's like, okay, 20%, 10%, your computer's about to die. And she's ignoring it? I mean, at least we got the shut up and Joe them titties lines out before everything went to hell, but I wonder. Anyway. I mean, we've done pretty well. I could just let me see. I'm gonna see if she wants me to just I could maybe just wrap it up myself. Let's see. This is really good listening, I bet. Okay, I think. Look, this is okay. She's saying it's restarting it. Chavez is going to have his hands full with the editing process. Usually there have been no cuts, which I'm pretty proud about. And now we'll see what he does with this one. Oh my. Oh my God, there she is.
I think I broke my computer.
I was like, what the hell is going on over here?
I'm back. I'm in the studio on my phone. It appears I'm having perhaps
you're on your phone.
Yes. I'm having perhaps some technical difficulties. So we can close us out together and I will make a Junius Bar appointment and figure out what I did.
Wait, so it wasn't like a battery died. It was just like all of a sudden screen cut to black?
I keep getting these warnings that I need to remove some memory to let my computer keep working. And I kept getting this warning, this like yellow triangle with an exclamation point saying like close down apps to
and you won't do
your
it
session, and I just won't do it. It was Eric. It was all the tabs.
Okay, look, I knew there's gonna be blame.
No, it's me. It's 100% me. I gotta figure this out. I gotta get some support.
I think it's time to really clear out that computer.
I think so. I probably don't need my geology papers and whatever I have from college saved.
This is your college laptop?
It's my after college laptop, but I saved everything and like with what were those called? A thumb drive, and like thumb drived all of my stuff into my computer. I think
really?
I can give up. Yes. I think I can give up my research papers. Like I'm not going to be a geologist, so I think we can just dump it.
You're like a hoarder of your school stuff.
Of my intellectual property, yeah.
But like, what has there ever been a time when you have had to dip into your school stuff and been like, I'm glad I saved it?
No.
No, God, no.
No.
Okay, well, we'll figure out this this mental complex.
Yeah,
But
thank you. We'll have an offline
um,
therapy session about it.
yeah, no, actually, we'll talk. You ever seen the show Couples Therapy?
No. I heard
It's
it's really
kind of
good though.
it's actually like kind of really good. I've seen a few episodes of it. I'm like, wow, I actually really like this. So maybe we'll do maybe the next maybe one of these episodes during like a dead period, we'll just do a therapy session about what's going on with everything.
That's a great idea. That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Well, listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I'm Eric Jenkins, Aisha Protlier. This is Off the Rails, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Stop.